Welcome to Keeper of Secrets Tarot. I am Gypsy Girl, here to bring you another reading for May 2024. It is the Medicine Wheel spread that I will do today. This is the 19th of May. It's nice and warm outside. So my window is open and it's a little quiet. We'll see how long that lasts. But as I was cleaning the deck, I was asking Spirit for healing. So this medicine wheel, again, it is the healing properties of the medicine wheel that are looked into with the self or with another person that you may be thinking about, or that you have as your significant other, or family, friend, work colleagues. Someone who is on your mind, or that you just choose to help in some way, or if it is just you looking into your own self-healing. This spread is taken from Native American medicine healing, so it is directly connected to spirit. The messages that come are not so much about what you are thinking or feeling. It is how you are being guided to think and to feel. And we have, opening up the deck, or shuffling the deck rather, the Seven of Pentacles. So it's an investment that you've had or still have to have the truth, following your destiny. Things are hidden and blocked. Again, the deck is cracked with the Ace of Wands, a new beginning. So blocking a new beginning. We're invested in being truthful, or telling the truth, because destiny calls us to put down the burden. And that is what needs to be healed, is the burden in itself. Now, for everybody it will be different. So it's a question of how the messages resonate with you. And again, they're jumping. We have the Nine of Pentacles. So it's that standing in, what we would say, standing in your laurels, you know, the work that you've done, you've merited, you've come through, your independence. Some of us are needing to gain independence, and that seems to be a bit of an issue for others because it's friction here. We're not able to break through or release ourselves from situations that impede our independence. But Spirit is asking us to reflect on what we have done, because that is the only way to heal. Knowing the cause of why and how things have taken shape. And we have that Queen of Wands with Three of Cups and Eight of Wands, talking about reconciliation. Then we have the Nine of Wands. It's a healing conversation. Just take the messages as they come, as they resonate with you. And you may want to share this with someone who is trying to heal relationships, because that is what the gratitude I was reflecting on when I was shuffling, when I was cleaning the deck. I thank you, Spirit, for protecting and healing the collective, for protecting and healing me. Thank you, Spirit, for your guidance. I thank you for your likes, your subscribes, and your shares. Most of all, for showing up. So we have a Seven of Cups that seems to be blocking too many options. We need to pay attention to the options and be honest with what we want and what we know we want. We have to figure out what it is we want. So if you're not familiar with this spread, because I don't do it on a regular basis, I am trying to incorporate it, but I get to do it when it calls me to. So it is a 12 card spread, if I'm not miscounting. The first card is all about the self, the psyche. The second card is the emotional state of mind and well-being. The third card is the mental side of our lives, where we're thinking what we're thinking of, or what we need to think of in this wheel. It is more of what we should rather than what we are, and if it is that we are, where it will take us. Mental, and then we have the spiritual aspect. Again, this is the reflection. So if you're thinking of another person while we're doing this, the top half is about you and the bottom half would be about the next person. And if you're not thinking about anyone else and this is all about you, well, it is how you are thinking and feeling, and how spirit is guiding your thoughts and your feelings to go to a healing point. Now it's shaping up to be that wheel that I had trouble developing. Just want to make sure all the cards are in. Okay, so we won't finish up. There's still 3 more to come, but that we'll do as we go. At the bottom of the deck, Hierophant. So we're off to a good start here, learning lessons and taking that higher level of intelligence and knowing the right from wrong and following with doctrines and traditions and faith and having that new beginning with our Page of Pentacles. Again, the new beginning seems to be chiming in as the weather changes and becomes more, because spring is sprung and some of us are catching up to that new beginning, and others have already seen the light for a new beginning. But we're taking action to have that new beginning, because there is a plan. There is a plan here. It is quite well thought out. It is based on what is the right thing to do, because it is here in the Hierophant that we will take the decision to do something and really have the power to make it happen. Great changes come through the Hierophant, whether it is marriage, divorce, or making laws, etc. It's the highest level of understanding. So going to school, graduating, etc. Taking on a new study, taking on a new trend of growth that we want to have come into our lives. Taking that action will bring down the tower and make change, real change. Because we're going to move on, taking our self-esteem to, it's going to take our self-esteem to break down the tower. Breaking down the tower and having that self-esteem come. Again, it's for a new beginning. Again, with the new beginnings and following the truth. Okay, so we won't go too deep in there, but it is, again, like I said, the chiming in of a new beginning. So the first card, it's showing up as the truth, having the truth, knowing the truth, researching and finding the truth. It is the psyche. This is our belief system. This is what keeps us getting up every day and moving forward. We want to be honest. We want the truth. We want to tell the truth. Active minds here. So we're looking into air signs and how strong air is in your chart, and looking toward that north node, because there is where we want to see the future. As we see with our Ace of Swords, we're looking into information, we're researching, we're developing, we're creating. Again, along the lines of the truth. Some of us, we need to tell the truth, or we need to hear the truth in order to heal, because this is a healing spread, and that is the psyche where we're looking into. Now here we have our emotional sense, and it is our 6 of Wands. So we're looking for that recognition. We're being honest, thinking that we will have that recognition, our feelings. This is the emotional sense where we want to be recognized. We're feeling this sense of, I need to compete, or I want to compete, or the truth is competing with what I'm saying. Because this is the Wands here. It's passion, it's conversation, it's mingling and dealing with others. And here we have a competition. We want to be recognized. We want to win. We have that emotional sense of having that higher ground and wanting to be on the higher ground. Or the truth that we have brings us to that point of victory, because with what we have to say or what we will hear will make us victorious. This is what we're feeling. We're sensing that emotional win, you know, where I overcome that low self-esteem. I'm stronger. Got lots of birds hanging around my window today. That's pretty good. That's lots of information coming. Then for our mental, we're looking into the obsessions. We're thinking about what is blocking us from having that victory, or what is blocking, or what are my addictions, what are my obsessions. Spirit is asking us to look into our mental addictions, what we think of constantly, we're obsessed with. Are we obsessed with winning? Are we obsessed with the truth? What is it that we want to have control over? We need to take control of our thought processing. We're doing too much of something, too much of thinking maybe. We move into our spirituality, where this is where Spirit is really guiding us. This is what we're looking for here in the moon. We're looking for answers. We're confused emotionally, mentally. We are obsessed with the unknown. We are interested to the point we are overindulgent. Our thought process has our spiritual side confused, or we don't understand, or it is hidden from us. We're not supposed to see at this time, because of our mental capacity here to be overthinking and overindulging, thinking of how we can control the next person, or losing self-control. We're thinking about it, thinking of all the ways that we can corrupt or be corrupted, or we are corrupted, or we are thinking about corruption. Sorry about that. Now we come to the other half. So if it is that you are thinking of someone else, then this side will reflect that person. If it is you're not thinking about another person or anybody in particular, then this is what Spirit will bring for you. Here we have the Justice. So the truth, again with the Hierophant at the bottom here. My allergies are acting up. Here we have the Justice card. So that research and looking into the truth is a karmic. It's a karmic event here. This knowing and finding out things about yourself, or understanding the self a little better. It's meant to happen. Experiences that we've gone through or have taught us a little more truth about who we are and why we are and why we do what we do. Again, with the thinking process. This is karmic. we're meant to think in the way we do for the time that we are doing it, and then that will change, because spirituality here, this spiritual side, this reckoning, this thought process will be changed. You see how what we are healing here is the way we think, the way we perceive, changing the perspective for some, because at some point there will be a breaking point where we will not be able to go any further, because we will not be allowed to go any further. Either way, Spirit is in charge here. Spirit is saying, yes, you can indulge as much as you want, but then that will change, because the truth will be understood. Here we have the other side of the emotional sense. So if you're thinking about another person, they are healing, and they will come through with their healing. They will be successful, because Spirit is guiding this. Again, everything on this side here, if you're not thinking about another person, you're just thinking about yourself and how you're making out with what you've been through, whatever experiences have come to the point where you're looking for some form of spiritual healing. Spirit is there for you. Jupiter is here. Jupiter is helping. We are focused. We're bringing in the focus. This is on our emotional sense. The competition here with the 6 and the temperance is how we will manage to bring that recognition in, by tempering. Spirit is asking us to temper our feelings, deal with our feelings in a way where we are relaxed more, where we simmer things down, where we think. Our thinking process is brought to a halt. We have to stop thinking things and take that action. See where we have the Magician. At some point we have to stop thinking and we have to stand up and do. This is where that recognition is coming in. Again, it's an emotional sense, so it's emotional healing. And then the thought process, you see the sun is shining on this one. So the truth here, being blocked by the truth, because of the truth, things are changing. Our thought process is being developed in the sense where we're seeing the clarity, we're seeing the truth. We have no choice but to see. We are being made to see the truth, have that clear understanding about how we feel, about how we heal, what we believe in. The clarity will come. Again, we are still reflecting off of the eclipse, the last eclipse of the sun and the previous eclipse of the moon, is that combination of what took place over a period of years, not just months or weeks or days. We're going through and we're resonating with learning the lessons. And Spirit is making sure that the clarity will be there. Our thought processes will open up, because at some point we have to change the way we think. We have no choice. It is destined. And this is where Spirit comes in and says, forgiveness. Because of the truth, because of that understanding, because it is just that we forgive, because we have healed, we have come to recognize our part, our own obsessions. And we know that what is truth must be forgiven, because higher power says so. This is the highest law of the land. We're following the natural law of forgiveness. Let's see how this sets up. We have an upside down card. Must have been with the shuffle. Yeah, the King of Cups is in reverse, so that sense of secrecy is no longer there, because truth is out. Clarity, understanding. Sorry, I have to take care of a disturbance. Be right back. Sorry about that. Okay, so we have a King of Cups in reverse. So, it's not my intention to turn the cards, but it's because of their size. I guess when I'm shuffling, they got flipped around a little bit there. That's okay. But then that means something, huh? This King of Cups, secrecy is out. That's the main message I'm getting. There's no more secrets. He wants to tell all. He wants to have that sense of letting go of, again, changing the way we think. Being able to open up. That sense of love may not be there anymore, or it could be there in a different way. It really depends. Let's see what the next card is. There we have. See that sense of confusion? Choices, options. Knowing that they are there, having the clarity, that understanding, that obsession is not. It's not, you see, the obsession with secrecy, telling the truth now, having that option, knowing that we have options, making the choice, not being secretive about the choices or with the choices. Being open to the choices. Again, it is having that truth and understanding it and justifying, being able to justify. This is karmic, this has to happen. And the unknown, that secrecy with spirit here is why he's reversed, because spirit is already saying, well, it is for you not to know, or within time, because we see this as a timing card as well, where apologies will come, a new beginning for some. Again, if you're not dealing with anyone, you're just changing the way you see your perception of how your options are put in front of you. Where if you were obsessed with someone, now that obsession is fading out. Because you're seeing the truth, there's clarity here. That honesty, that emotional sense, again, it's 8 cups, it's moving on, it's changing, it's moving away from, it's going on to have something more. Being able to forgive and move on, not holding on to the grudge, not keeping that sense of suffering locked up inside, because he keeps that to himself. But here he's opening it up, he's not holding it back anymore. It's being able to tell all. Talk about all of what was secret or being kept, or the confusion of whatever relationship you were in that was confused. And then the final card is the 6 of Cups. So for love, again, it is all about the emotions and being able to forgive, taking that higher ground here with the higher level of understanding, having that desire for a new beginning, a new plan of action, going to take the action, and then bringing down the Tower. This is why he's in reverse, because that Tower is coming down. He's changing his way of behaving and thinking to overcome that low self-esteem, or to make change where, again, we confirm that 8 of Cups, to moving on and having that faith. Having that faith in forgiveness, being able to forgive, telling all the truth. Now I'm not going to go too much in, just take a couple cards just to illuminate a little more on the psyche, how these two are working together with spirit, our own sense of truth and valor, and standing in the light of truth for the destiny. Let's see what this page, see, for the Queen of Swords, to be satisfied, that strength, courage, to overcome disappointments, see, to overcome the disappointments that we've gone through. This is what we're healing here. And standing in the light of the truth and having the courage to tell the queen and have the queen be satisfied. I say the queen, and it's because it's a feminine aspect here with the Queen of Swords. Being open to the truth is more what it is, if it is not another person, but this is about the self. So if you're a male looking at this, then it is your ability to open up. Again, where the King of Cups in the reverse, he's not keeping anything back. He's not hiding anything anymore. He's being open. He wants to be satisfied. He wants to talk about what is he really is happy about here, because this is wish fulfillment. Being honest, having the truth come out does bring in that wish fulfillment. Let's see what the Justice is here. See, the Two of Pentacles. So juggling acts again, secrecy with relationships, having too many relationships. The secrecy is there's no more. You can't keep the secret any longer. You can't juggle constantly. The Justice is showing that. Again, we have this Page of Wands. So wanting that, having that desire, having that passion for something more. See, the wish fulfillment there, being honest about what you really want and having the courage to go forward for it. This is where the passion is. See, they want that. I say they. This is where Spirit brings that in. And if it is not you, it is the next person. If you are with no one, then this is Spirit giving you that drive and that passion. Realizing, you come to realize the justification in what it is you want. And being able to give yourself that allowance to go forward and have it. And that Six of Pentacles, giving you that grace of having the ability. And not just the ability, but the backing. So money will come to you if it is that you are waiting for finance to change so that you can have your dreams come true. Whatever it is that you want to do, Spirit will provide that for you here. See? And if it's not, again, if you're with someone else, then they will give. They will be on the giving side because they want to come forward. There is an apology to be had. All right, let's see what this Six of Wands is all about. So we have more wands. We have the two, choosing and putting down the burden, moving off to peace. So this is what we want emotionally. And this is where Spirit is saying, yes, you will have that. See? Let's see a little bit about the 14, the Temperance. It is change. That Queen of Cups, again, this is emotional. This is how we feel. Again, the King of Cups here with his Queen matching to forgive and overcome that disappointment. She knows all about it. See, right here. And holding back is no more. No more holding back. Clearing up all these disappointments. Because we have that drive. Spirit is guiding the way with this. It's the Chariot, the will. The Queen wants to come in. The Queen wants to temper. The Queen wants to do the work and is doing the work through Spirit. Again, if it is not someone else, you're on your own. You're looking into your own self-growth and understanding why you've been through what you've been through. If you've recently been divorced or if you're in the process of getting a divorce and you're looking to be on your own, you will overcome. Spirit will give you that strength to heal because it is the 14 and your determination to heal and move on and have your peace of mind and put down the burden of whatever it is that took place, that has come to the light, the truth, the clarity that you've received. It's given you that release. It's very good. It's very good. We're on the way and we're doing it very quickly, with the swords. It's a mental process and the emotional side is mixing in with the passion for that desire. We all have it. It's a new, a rejuvenation of desire. We come to see things we want to do, and we see the possibility of having them come to us. Again, that fulfillment, that wish fulfillment. If it is that we really want to move ahead, we will do it. The blockages are being put aside. So let's see what this devil represents here. You see, going in and healing. That sense of following the instinct. Seeing through the veil. Getting to know what it is that makes us tick and why, and all that passion, that healing of that sense of player, that adventurer in us, that we just want to jump in and go and have a good time. Well, we're seeing through what it is that causes us to want to avoid responsibility, because again, it is the devil. We're needing to take on the responsibility. The healing is in following the instinct and going alone and being alone instead of running off and looking to play. We're taking the time to study what it is about us, the self, that makes us go off on those passionate romantic excursions to create disturbance and dysfunction within our relationships. Because this is what we're thinking about. That player, he just wants to start up and have a good time. Always a beginning, never going through to fulfillment. Well, it's short-lived because it's just in and out and I'm done. But we're looking into that, the obsession of that fun factor. We're going in alone now. We're seeing, we're looking at what causes us to go there. The truth in itself. We have Jupiter again. I'm not bringing out all the cards. Just want to take a few. Let's see here. We have the first card that popped out when I'm shuffling. That investment. That reaping the benefits. You see? Understanding what this playful structure of thinking and processing, looking only for the fun side. We're seeing that thinking of a new adventure, we're invested, but we're reaping the benefits now. And for some of us, what we got was not what we wanted. And this is where the obsession for wanting to know why and how and getting to understand and gaining the wisdom from what we've done is here on this end, the clarity, the truth. Making that choice to have a solid relationship with our 9 pentacles, making the 10 here. We're on the verge, the clarity, that understanding, knowing clearly what it is we want, thinking. We had to go through the player mode in order to come to understand that we really want to settle down. For some of us, it is a question of growing up. For others, it is really reflecting on what we want from the relationships that we trying to get into or have had difficulty getting into, or why we have left the partner or why the partner has left us. You see, take it as it resonates. Somebody is in the process of overcoming their playfulness, whether it is they're just growing up into being an adult and they've made the choice, I want to have a real steady relationship. I don't want to do the player thing anymore. I'm tired of that. It's too much for me. I've learned my lessons for what has taken place with the partnerships. And then we come to realize that I really want to be in a steady, full marriage, because it is about stability and settling down and building a home and having that plan come into fruition. Again, King of Cups here. He wants to have all the clarity. He doesn't want to keep anything hidden anymore. He wants to take care of this confusion that he's been party to. And I say he, it is that sense of emotion, that deep sense of love. feeling that the love that you've had for someone has been confused, and you want to heal that. Because this is the whole point of this reading, is what is it that we need to heal? It is the love in itself. See, so we have spirit now with the forgiveness and the timing factor. So let's see, or the confusion factor, because it could be both. Huh? Let's see what the moon here represents. Yeah, we have the emperor. See, he's looking at the time. He's thinking it's time now. It's time for me to move forward. I've been working on what it is I want to come to fruition. I've been working on my plan. I want to make these changes, and has made the changes. Or the investment is paying off. See, the truth about what I've done, the work that I've put out, or the work that I've put into building the stability is here. It's a matter of time now. It's within the next cycle. We're coming into almost full moon within the next week or so. I think it's on the 24th that we will have the full moon. So the fruition here is the work will be completed, or the work is in the process of being completed, because now we have another 3 pentacles where we will be recognized, coming right back to the 6 of Wands here. Spiritually speaking, yeah, this is where what we've done, Spirit is recognizing that forgiveness will be had, because the truth, I'll keep this one. And then we have the King of Swords, wanting for marriage. So we have that forgiveness to come. See where he is being honest about his feelings here. See the emotion. They're working together here. Keeping what was secret is now being released, because the honesty is backing it up because of the recognition. And again, this is from Spirit's side. How you are feeling about your own consciousness, your self-consciousness, what you've developed over a period of time with your thought processing, and what you've experienced here, where you realize what you want and how you want to go about getting it, and where you've been. All of this, the juggling bit, is where you open up to understanding where your passion lies and what it is you really want, and being able to do this, what it is you really want, that creative side of you. Finding your satisfaction, and you have the courage to go take that step forward to getting it. You really believe in that, and you have the faith that if you're honest enough and you tell your truth, that you will be recognized, and take that responsibility. See, we make our own path. Spirit gives us everything we need. Again, with that Magician at the bottom here, tells us that we have everything that we need in order to make the trail, to blaze that trail and say, okay, this is what I really want. So let's see what the Knave of Cups is representing. Again, an offer for marriage. You see, we want to go into that sense of higher understanding, whether, again, if you're not with anybody and you're really looking into your own self-growth and coming away from relationships that may have hindered your process of happiness. Well, now you still have that possibility. This is on the spiritual side, where your faith in relationships, where you can have a loving relationship, is there. Spirit is saying yes. It is your honesty that will bring in the type of relationship that you truly do want. See, we have that 9 of Swords. About, again, the anxiety about secrecy, and that Wheel of Fortune, taking chances on third-party situations for others. Or here we have, if not a third party, then it is that desire and that passion for innovation to go forward and make and take the responsibility, like our Emperor here. See that power of forgiveness? Because you have a plan, you know what you want, there's a commitment attached to this, you see, spiritually speaking. King of Pentacles here is, he's developing, and he has already, not just developing, but he has the ability to provide. He's taken the responsibility in the form of the Emperor. See, these two work well together. Yeah? That sense of stability, the decision to provide and be able to provide and wanting to do so, and having that determination to follow with the faith, having that forgiveness. See, this is where all of the treachery, the lies and the deceit and the anxiety and the worry, have to go through all of that, to say we want a higher level of understanding, a higher relationship, a marriage. Some of us want to have that forgiveness so we can go into being married. Everything happens for a reason. There's this business with the third party situation. Again, we're looking at justice here, karmic relationships, juggling acts, third party situations, holding back on being satisfied, holding back on the dream of having whatever it is you thought you wanted. You're holding that back because you know that the truth needs to come out. So the satisfaction is in having the truth come, and the courage to step up and face that truth. Again, the third party bit, you see, it was perfectly timed. It had to happen so that the lesson will be learned with our emperor here. Sorry, the Hierophant. So that the king himself, and I say him again, take it as it resonates. If you are a woman and you're dealing with a same-sex relationship, one of you is realizing that the secrecy and the confusing choices because of love, it's no more. It's unnecessary. It's not required because you've come through. You've learned the lesson. And this is where the forgiveness comes in. Being able to forgive all of what took place brings you to that higher level, taking on the responsibility. Again, turning that illusion. It's no more of an illusion. It is love. That unconditional love here. That memory of love. Choosing love. Let's take an oracle message. It's all about healing relationships. We can, you know. Doesn't mean you have to go back into the relationship with the next person. Healing and moving on. Because we have the Eight of Cups. For some of us who are like, oh, I can forgive you, but I won't forget this. And I will move on. And some of us are coming back to relationships because they're able to understand where the obsession really is and why it took place. And again, the justice, knowing that it had to happen this way, doesn't mean that it's ended. There's a rejuvenation, there's a reconciliation here, right here with the Six coming back in, having that memory. What is the oracle message for this medicine wheel? Read. Thank you, spirits. The oracle message. This medicine wheel reading for the healing process to help us to see our way into that forgiveness, being able to forgive, because it is spirit that is guiding that, or the next person if you're with somebody or you're thinking about another person. Oracle message is the antelope and wheat. See, nourishment. That's feeding into the positive. Here with the sun card. That is the nourishment right there. See? That clarity and having that ability to choose and really knowing what you want and seeing what you've invested in and having that possibility to take the step forward and really working with what you've done, having that victory in the end, because that's what this one is, and the victory card here. To have that peace of mind, it is success, huh? Working with the emotions. Let's see the antelope, and then we have the beaver and the birch. Having a home, again, coming back to building up that stability and knowing that you really belong together, because that's what the beaver is, and they have a mate for life. They don't start jumping around and say, oh yeah, I'm going to go with the neighbor and the next one down the way there. No, they pick a mate and that's their mate for life. Just as the King and Queen of Cups work together. All right, let's see the antelope and the wheat for the nourishment. That would be the 15. Oh, it's 40. That's temperance. What's going on here? Okay, it's not right. What's going on with my cards? Oh, it's 65. I'm looking at it as a V, it's an L. Okay. There we go. 65. The antelope and the wheat. Nourishment. The antelope associated with community. Traveling in large herds, they work together to detect predators, locate food, and care for the young and old. This way, the group supports the thriving of each individual. Likewise, golden sheaves of wheat are ancient symbols of prosperity, a relatively easy grain to grow, store, and convert to flour, and a staple crop around the world. Wheat is closely associated with wealth and abundance. Together, the antelope and wheat call us to nourish ourselves and our communities. Again, it's the thought processing, yeah? That clarity and wanting to have that stability. Again, it's all about the wealth too, and knowing that your investment in love brings that stability. It's the truth. It reflects on that. Sorry, my allergies are really bugging me. Okay, so you're feeling fulfilled, nourished, and secure. Celebrate your good fortune by sharing it with others in need. Invest in your community and ensure you are supported in leaner times. See, when you give, you get back. And this is where that opening up and forgiving and releasing, holding on to secrets and really learning lessons of love and caring for another, and where you see your own boundaries need to be set in place about how you treat relationships and where you take your relationships. That is what this is all about, huh? Being able to forgive the next person for stepping over the boundaries and rising up to that higher level of understanding and knowing the consequences of what your actions do bring. Here we have the beaver and birch. Let's see what's behind that. The moth and eucalyptus. I think this was in our last reading that I did for the or maybe for one of the signs, because I was doing signs with this one last time. Okay, so the beaver and birch, and that's number 30. Again, it's a 3, so it's dealing with other people. That 3 of Pentacles, you know, that what you've done in the past bit. Let's see. 30, the beaver and birch. So home. The beaver works hard to build the lodge where it raises its young. Using twigs, grasses, rocks, and mud, it constructs a safe environment for its family, as well as a natural habitat for migrating birds. Birch trees symbolize new beginnings. Again, we come back to that new beginning. And they seldom grow alone. In medieval Europe, they were used as maypoles in pagan celebrations of midsummer because their wood was thought to protect the young and ward off evil spirits. It was often used to build cradles, again, for the children. See that we have the maple celebration here, wanting to have that high level of relationship, wanting to be forgiven, wanting to recreate a new beginning. See? Get back into what is home for you. Now is the time to focus on nesting, homesteading, and settling down. Decorate and tend to your environment in a way that supports a feeling of home. Sorry about that. Tending to that environment in a way that supports a feeling of home. So you're feeling at home. Again, thought processing of having that sense of belonging and what you've invested in and investing and what you know you love to do will make you feel at home. So the healing process is on the way for those of us who are searching for that sense of, well, where is this going and why am I feeling what I feel and what should I do about the way I feel? Well, you have to think about why you did what you did and what the next person did and how that affected you. It's a question of just mulling it over. And the way the cards have fallen, it is in perfect timing, even with the moon here. Because that sense of confusion is meant to make us really focus on what we want or what we don't want in some cases. And then ultimately it brings us back to that love, memory of love, and reconciling because of love, and giving in and giving and having that forgiveness come. First we must forgive ourselves in order to gain the forgiveness of others. And on that note, I thank you for showing up, for your likes, your subscribes, and your shares. Until our next read, love and light.